Hey guys, it's Drew here. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to start up a new series. It's not necessarily supercard related. Like I said, I'm going to use it as a background just to kind of give reference on what I'm talking about if I have the card and stuff like that. But it's going to be a WWE channel content, and I'm just going to do rants, and I'm going to talk about what I'm seeing, what I don't like, talk about stuff I loved in the past, because I've been a WWE fan since 1995. Yeah, I think I was like 10 years old, 95, 96, somewhere around there. So yeah, I'm going to start this up, and it's going to be called Unfiltered and Raw. So, yeah, we're just going to talk, and we're going to have a good chat. And like I said, in the comments, I want you to talk about stuff, and I'll bring it up in other videos. And so what we're going to start talking about today is why WWE is failing right now. So, Wrestle Talk on YouTube, they have great videos. Love them. Subscribe to them. They're cool and they're great. There's been saying that the ratings have been dropping. So, and it doesn't surprise me, because what the WWE is doing now is they've really built up like Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, and they've just push him and push him and push him. And then Roman out. Braun shattered his elbow. Like, what do you got now? Like, they put these people down to a point where now that they're trying to push them, no one cares. So what I'm thinking about is, like, a little rant is, I loved the Attitude Era. So the Attitude Era was my favorite. And what they did then was they took chances. So, I mean, you had your main carders, like you had Stone Cold and The Rock and Mankind and Undertaker, Kane. You had all them. But the tag team division was really pushing, like, the main card guys, like the Hardys and Dudley Boys and Edge and Christian, who I hated, by the way, because I'm a huge Jeff Hardy fan. Love Jeff Hardy, loved him forever. He's so crazy, he does crazy stuff, and his like spots and TLC matches were crazy. I mean, gee, he busted Christian's elbow open and broke his tailbone. And it was just crazy stuff. But what I'd like to see them do is maybe do some surprise stuff. So, yeah. So if they put, because they've been doing a lot of Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. So they put them in matches. Fine. They're great wrestlers. Dolph is like one of the best sellers in the business. Like, he will make you look like a king. So what they need to do is, like, put a random mid-carder in there and have them win. Like, have someone like, trying to think of it right now. Who's hot right now? So, like, Bobby Lashley. Put Bobby Lashley in one of those matches and make it look like he's going to lose. Make it look like people will be like, nah, no way, he's going to win, no way. And have him win. Like, I went to a WWE live event when I was in high school. So I was like 15, 16 years old. And they had a title change at the live event. And that never happens, barely. Like, pretty much if you see a title match at a live event, you're like, okay, champion's going to retain. Like, that time, I think the Dudleys faced Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys they lost, but they lost by DQ. So the titles didn't change hands, of course. But yeah, so I think at the live event that I went to, I think it was Edge versus Christian for the Intercontinental Championship, when they were feuding and they were going at each other. But yeah, like, Edge won at the live event. So that would be kind of cool. Like, maybe do that some. Like, have, like, Shinsuke lose the US title at a live event, and then at the next show, like, tell everyone, hey, Shinsuke lost it. Have him have a rematch, and then have him lose again. Like, they need to stop with all the predictability. Like, Survivor Series, totally predictable. Like, it was totally predictable that they were going to have Raw basically sweep, unless you consider the pre-show part of the show, which Xavier Woods definitely does. But yeah, so Raw swept, and it's not surprising because Raw's views have dipped, and SmackDown was like coming up above them for the longest time. So the way to do that would be push that, and then they had Shane McMahon win the Best in the World competition, which was out of this world. Like, what? Shane McMahon? But yeah, do it in a heel turn. That's fine. And it just feels like it's like there's not a lot of top tier guys. Like I said, they have like Seth Rollins, but they have a lot of good young guys. Like I don't get why Ricochet is still in NXT, and Aleister Black and Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, but I would rather them be there than come to the main roster and be absolutely forgotten like everyone else. Asuka, undefeated, comes to the main roster, loses to Charlotte. Like, what? It didn't even make any sense. Like, they've botched so many NXT call-ups that I would rather them stay in NXT, because takeovers are killing it right now. Every takeover is like 10 times, 20 times better than any Raw SmackDown pay-per-view. Like, maybe they need, like, to make NXT a third brand. Like, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. And have them all intermingle. Like, you don't have to, like, push the NXT title and make it, like, top tier or anything, but yeah, I'd love to see like AJ Styles versus Ricochet, or like Rey Mysterio Ricochet, like Johnny Gargano against Seth Rollins, or Johnny Gargano and Dolph Ziggler. Like, I really like what they're trying to do with Drew McIntyre. I thought they should have done this 6-7 years ago, when they put him in 3-man band, which was basically a death sentence for anybody, because, I mean, Heath Slater is a lunatic, and he obviously shined above the rest. But yeah, and like Neville, how they botched that. And so I just wish that they would go back to the Attitude Era. Like, I don't get why. Like Alexa and all those, they're so good, but they just get forgotten when no one cares. Like, wins and losses mean nothing in the WWE. So, like, you could have someone go on a streak and then they lose it, and so what? It's not a big deal. No one cares. But make it mean something again. Like, make the titles mean something. When you put the title on Brock Lesnar and he only like defends it 3 times in a year, that basically just dulls down the championship to the point where everyone's like, who cares? He's not gonna be on the show, and even if he is, he's gonna win. So, like, they need to just switch it up. And like, Dean Ambrose is awesome. Like, have him in the title hunt. I don't get why not. Like, what? I don't get why not. Like, Adam Cole, would love to see him up. He's killing it on NXT. Have the tag division like be in some high profile matches. Bring back TLCs, and I know they have the TLC pay-per-view, but it's just like, great. Like, I want to see Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin in a TLC match. Like, no. Put these guys that like are high flyers and love to do crazy stuff. Like, that was when it was exciting. That was when WWE was exciting. And I just want it to be exciting again. I mean, when you watch a show and you're like, really? Like, Drake Maverick peeing himself on the pay-per-view. Like, what did that do for him? Or what did that even do for AOP? Or, like, what? And now they're having him take Bobby Roode's his robe and peeing on that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of laughed at that, but it was just because they'd given him so much crap. Like, oh, pee. Like, a lot of people forget, during the Attitude Era, Vince McMahon used one of those like pee devices to pee himself when Stone Cold had the gun to his head, or the fake gun, which was amazing. That stuff, like, have something like that. Have John Cena come back and be like, you know what? WWE is this and that, and like it's Vince McMahon's fault, and he's doing all. He doesn't have to be the villain, but he can kind of be like a hero. Like everyone, John Cena's like one of the most polarizing people. Like either people really, really hate him, or they really, really love him, like the little kids, and they don't want to see him be a villain. I get that, but as like a anti-hero type thing where he's feuding against, or you just need to do more stuff like that. Like have that stuff mean something. So that's just all I'm saying is like the Attitude Era was the best. People were jockeying for positions. They were taking people's positions. If somebody fell off, somebody was right there to. Now it just feels like, oh, hey, yeah, I guess if you don't want it, I'll take it. Or yeah, like it's just a group of nice guys who like I want to see some cutthroat. Like, oh, Braun's out. Somebody step up and try to take Braun's spot. Like, they just need to do that more. And, like, the 205 Live stuff, like, that was the worst idea ever. Like, that just took a whole division and was like, wow, you guys are worthless. Like, basically more worthless than NXT. Like, NXT would be like a godsend for some people. Like, I just saw that Tyler Breeze is back in NXT. Like, what the heck, man? Like, I guess it's good for him if he can push himself higher and, like, reinvent himself. I mean, that gorgeous stuff is, like, old news. Who cares? Give him a good gimmick. Like, he could do so much. Because he's a good wrestler. I mean, if Fandango's out hurt, which is fine. And Fandango's from Maine, and I'm from Maine, too. If you guys didn't know that. Yeah, Maine sucks. It's cold up here. But this is where Vince McMahon got his start. He was a promoter in Bangor, Maine. And his dad said, if you can promote in Bangor, Maine, you can promote anywhere. So, and I love WWE. I'm not trying to make it out like I hate WWE or something, because they're a global brand. They're not going anywhere. But I do like the fact that Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks and all those are trying to get a competitive wrestling scene going, which would be great. WWE flourished when WCW existed because they had to keep rising the bar every time because people were watching WCW. They had Macho Man and Hulk Hogan and Nash and Hall, and that was exciting. It was like, oh my word, look at all these guys who I used to love in WWE, and now they're coming over here. But it got old quick because the booking was crap and they didn't do the right stuff. So that's all I'm saying is now that if they just get a little bit, like push these lower to mid card guys, push them up. Like what? I don't get what it hurts. Like I get that Vince McMahon has his ways and he knows what he's doing for the most part, but when it comes to talent and pushing talent to a further plateau, he is awful. Like he sticks to his guns. Basically, you just got to be big, heavy, and athletic. That's what he loves. Guys like Diesel back in the day. Put the title on him. Wow, great. Nobody cared. Big Show and Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman. But if you look back at it, the guys who were the most successful were the guys who had insane charisma and were awesome on the mic. Austin, Rock, even Mankind was good on the mic, and he had tons of charisma. CM Punk, like those guys killed it. Chris Jericho, Edge, but they weren't big guys. Edge got a huge push there for a while, so that's what I just like to see him get back to. And so that's what I want to do with this series is kind of go through and look at certain things and look back in the past and look forward, like past, present, future. I want to look forward because there's so many good guys in development. Like it would be awesome if they could get Kenny Omega and all those guys, but they're not going to if they continue this way because they're just going to look at it and be like, why would I go there? Just to end up in booking hell? Like basically that's why Neville left, is because they put Enzo Amore with the title on, and he was like, "What? I'm 20 times better than Enzo Amore," and he wasn't good on the mic, which is fine and that's understandable, but that's what you need nowadays is guys who are great on the mic. I hate these generic promos like, "Oh, at Survivor Series, I'm gonna beat you up and I'm gonna take your." Like, come on, get more creative than that. Like back with The Rock, he used to spit them one-line zingers like calling Undertaker's tattoos Mickey Mouse tattoos and like for the big choke slam and stuff like that. Like that was awesome, and the Poontang Pie stuff and the Lillian Garcia stuff was just amazing. And Stone Cold was he was the guy that everyone wanted to be that brawling brute guy who stuck it to the boss, and he was just so great. Like when he rose, he is like, other than Jeff Hardy, like Jeff Hardy is my favorite, but Stone Cold is like the staple for me. I love Stone Cold. I love The Rock. They just brought the whole game to another level. Like guys like AJ Styles, they're awesome. He's a great wrestler, like top notch, up there in the category of best in the world. But they're just not giving him the opportunities. Like they put the title on him for like 400 days or 300 days or whatever, and no one cared. He lost it to Daniel Bryan at a SmackDown. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Is it just doesn't mean anything. Then they put the Shield back together. I understand that Roman went out with the leukemia thing, and get better soon, Roman. We want to see you back. I know you get a bunch of crap, but he's a good wrestler. He's not good on the mic. I'll give everyone that. He is very generic and robotic. And I mean, John Cena absolutely showed out and showed up on that one, because he basically told him like, "Oh, didn't like what they wrote for you." But yeah, it's just what they need. I want them to go back to something good. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do with this series. Is we're gonna take a look. I'm gonna give you my Raw and SmackDown takes. I mean, this week's Raw was like one of the worst ever. Like it just had no substance. Like it was a bunch of stuff that was like, how can we fill the card tonight? Like Seth Rollins open challenge. Like there was so many other people they could have given that opportunity to and rose them up. But another Seth Rollins Dolph Ziggler match. It was a great match, I'll give it that, but it's just old news. No one cares. Like they could have put Adam Cole in there or Ricochet, or they could have done anything like that and it would have been great. Ty Dillinger, I don't know where he went. I think he's somewhere in the shuffle somewhere. But yeah, like Cedric Alexander, he's doing great on 205. Like some of those guys are doing really good. Drew Gulak and Buddy Murphy, and yeah, like they're doing really good. I don't get why they're labeled as lightweights or cruiserweights, but they can look at Rey Mysterio and yeah, Shawn Michaels and all those guys. They were small guys, but they could go toe to toe with the biggest guys, because I mean let's be honest, it's predetermined. So you want them to win, let them win. Like it's like, oh, you don't want to send the. Everyone loves a David Goliath story. Like, yeah, Tommaso Ciampa, he's killing it. What, like, no, there was no call ups for SummerSlam. Or Survivor Series. I don't believe. And then the next thing we hear is Lars Sullivan is getting teased. Like, what? That's someone that no one wants. Like, what is he gonna do? Feud with Braun? Like, Braun will absolutely steamroll him. They need to start doing what they used to do, like what they did with Nia Jax and, like the local talent stuff. Like, that was awesome with Braun when he would just come in and absolutely squash people. Like, make him look good. And Kevin Owens, we need him back. Yes, we need Kevin Owens back. He was killing it. Like, that's just what I'm saying, guys, is I want to keep doing this, and I want to start making videos, and I'll put clips in and stuff like that. But I just wanted to get this started. We're just going to do a rant, and like I said, comment, like, subscribe, and we're just going to keep pushing this further. We'll talk about what you guys want to talk about and what I want to talk about and all that stuff. And like Baron Corbin as Raw General Manager. Like, okay, that's actually probably the best place for him because obviously no one cares about his wrestling. Like, I never did. He seemed alright, and his end of days finisher is awesome. But, yeah. And they're talking about Alexa Bliss going to Raw General Manager. That's cool, fine. But she needs to come back to wrestling. She makes the women's division better. That's what I like, is if someone makes a division better, they need to be wrestling. Like, where's Kurt Angle? I thought he was coming back, but I haven't seen him in a while. I think they teased a little bit of it, but when he was wanting to be the captain of the SmackDown team, but I don't even think he went on. I don't even think he was on, or the captain of the Raw team. I don't even think he was on the team. Like, it's just so weird. And this MMC stuff, they've been replacing so many people. It's basically, they might as well call it something different. Because, yeah, like, I saw Jeff Hardy was with Charlotte. I thought Charlotte had Bobby Roode. He's still wrestling. I don't know where he went. Yeah, Ember Moon and Kurt Hawkins. Yeesh, yikes. But yeah, like I'm saying, all this stuff, the Mae Young Classic, that's a plus. That's cool. Bring some new people in. But the women's division is starting to get like overrun again. You got a lot of people, and there's just not enough mouths to feed. Or there's just not enough time to feed all those people. Like, I understand why you need low tier guys and mid tier guys, but like, what's the point? If you can go to the indie scene and kill it like Cody Rhodes and them, why wouldn't you? Like, this would be, Cody Rhodes could come back to WWE right now and he would be like a main eventer, which he should have been all. He was a great wrestler. I never had a problem with him, but just they put that god awful Stardust thing on him. Like, what? Cool, let him be his brother, basically. It's basically just a copy of Goldust, which took something that was working and copied it again. They do that all the time, and it's just getting old, and people are realizing it. So they need to change it up. Put the title on a low guy, and just let him run wild. Let him have title matches every Raw and every SmackDown. Like, that would make it exciting again and make it not predictable. So have a match for a title and have them lose. Like, I don't get, like, then 3 weeks down the road, have them win it back. Like, it just doesn't make any sense why they do what they do, but that's why they're the rich ones and we're the poor ones, I guess. But yeah, so that's just what I want to do, guys, and it's awesome. I hope you guys like it. If you don't, let me know. If you do, let me know. But yeah, I want to keep doing these. I'll keep doing them anyways, whether you like it or not, because I just love to rant, and I want to put some humor in it and stuff like that. So it's going to be awesome. And thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video for episode 2.